Welcome to another Alex Response. Have 4 great questions, and then we got such positive remarks from the bonus question. I have a bonus answer that no one really asked, but I certainly want to give you. So let's get right to that after we get to the vignette. Hello, my Brazilian friends. Once again, we are here and I'm going to answer some of your questions, and I will try to speak maybe a little slower so the translation will be better and you will be able to follow along as well. 4 great questions and then my own take on something that I would like to share. Question 1. Sita asked this question. Alex, I really enjoy your video. You were very kind answering the questions. Here's my question. Do you enjoy cooking? And what kind of food do you like more? Homemade meals or restaurants? As my parents were divorced when I was younger, my mother had to go to work. And so many times it was up to me and my brother to prepare some type of meal. So when everyone got home, there was not an extra burden on my mother to do everything. So I learned to enjoy cooking and following recipes. I like cooking because recipe books are instructions, and as I've talked about earlier, I'm a very A-type personality. So if you give me a list and instructions that are detailed, most of the time I'm able to follow them and come out with a good product. The only caveat that I would add to that would be some of the things are not in cookbooks. For an example, Renato, when he is making a cake, will take the eggs out of the refrigerator for a period of time before he starts cooking. And he's explained to me that the egg itself works better to combine chemically with the other ingredients at room temperature instead of it being cold. Those are some of the things that experienced cooks learn that I still do not know. I have about 5 or 6 different dishes that I enjoy cooking, that I know how to cook. If people would like, please ask me in the comments and I will share my most favorite recipe, which is called mac and cheese royale, which is my own creation. As far as restaurants versus eating at home, from the videos that you have seen about Renato, I eat much better at home than I do at a restaurant. The ingredients that Renato chooses are top quality, and unlike Americans who will buy a pre-made can of an ingredients already formulated, Renato is of the cooking opinion of getting all the raw ingredients and mixing those ingredients to create the dish, which I believe is much healthier. I know that when I met Renato, I was about 195 pounds because of my eating habits, which was mostly fast food. I think there is a movie or a show about people who just eat fast food and the effects on their body, which are very true. So me and Renato love to cook, sometimes together, most of the times with me sitting at the kitchen counter so we can talk, and then me being the sous chef and gathering ingredients for him and then putting ingredients. Our division of labor is Renato cooks and I clean and put away. So I find helping Renato cook my advantage, as I can clean as we both cook, and then my responsibilities afterwards are less. Certainly, me and Renato have 6 or 7 of our favorite restaurants that we go to all the time. Many of our clients are able to enjoy some of those restaurants with us. Many times after a closing or a completion of a design for a celebration activity, we will have a meal with them. And we will take them to one of our favorite restaurants to help introduce them to a restaurant that will be close to them that they also might enjoy. So certainly I love eating at restaurants, but me and Renato prefer to eat at home and then cook the meals ourselves. Question number 2. This is from Patricia Oliveira. Alex, before appearing more in videos, did you already enjoy being on camera, or was it something you had to get used to? Well, this is only my 4th video and really only my 2nd filming activity. I do not mind being on camera, especially if I know I am helping others with maybe their ability to learn and understand English. I really took on this activity because I have some things that I have observed over the last 7 or 8 years that disturb me, that happens to Brazilians who are new to this country. And I will talk about that at the end of this video. So that is one of the reasons why I've started to do these videos, is to kind of give you my take. And certainly when I have met many of our clients, they ask me a lot of different questions and compare and contrast. And I will capture some of those questions that I get face-to-face as well. So in my past life, I used to be a wedding DJ. Now, a wedding DJ in the United States is different from weddings that happen in Brazil. In the United States, ceremonies usually happen about 6 o'clock in the evening. Ceremonies last about 30 minutes. Then you have what is called the cocktail hour, where a DJ will play some music, and that gives time for the wedding party to take their pictures. So they have about an hour with a photographer during the cocktail hour. Then after the cocktail hour, everybody gathers back together where the meal is going to be, and then you have some wedding ceremony activities like the grand entrance, first dance, introduction of the wedding party, and some of those formalities that people embrace and like. Then you have usually dinner, and then the DJ will play music for about another hour while everybody eats. When everybody finishes eating, then it comes time usually for toasts, additional dances, additional activities that the couple and their family have as a family activity that are almost expected to happen. Then comes time for the dancey part. Weddings in America end at 11 o'clock sharp. I'll say that again. 11 o'clock, weddings in America end. Why is that? Majority of the time, the venues close at 11 o'clock, and there will be city and county ordinances about noise and different activities that will also require many venues to shut down at 11. So it is kind of an industry standard that weddings end at 11. So you have about 5 hours for a wedding. 3 of those hours are already called for cocktail hour, the ceremony, dinner time. So you really only have about 2.5 hours worth of dance time. If each song is about 5 to 6 minutes long, that gives you about 38 songs that you play in the evening. So that is kind of the makeup of the American wedding. So how does that involve me in feeling comfortable in front of the camera? So my clients were mostly second marriages or late marriages for the wedding couples. And they sought me out because usually it was a smaller, low-key wedding, and they not only needed a wedding DJ, but mostly they needed a master of ceremonies, the person who pushes the evening along, make sure everybody is ready to do the walk-on, make sure you have the right music, introduce the people who are going to toast, invite people onto the wedding on the dance floor. So I was very used to being in front of people on the mic and doing public speaking. That does not bother me at all. It is a little strange that my public is on the camera, and one of the things as a master of ceremony is being able to read the room and being able to tell if you're actually connecting for the things that you say. That is why comments are so important, because it really helps me understand what is engaging with you, so I can do more of those things. So I like this video, I like this format. I certainly have a background in that and enjoy it. Great question. Number 3. This is from Anne Maria. Anne asks, Alex, out of all the houses Renato has shown on YouTube, which one did you like the most? Can't be your own. Well, that's 2 houses then that I would have picked first. However, I believe the last video in April that shows a house where the owner has passed away, and we invited the listing real estate agent to help tour the house. Why did I like that house the most? It has some of the best, what I call bones of the house. Renato has an amazing vision of the future and what can happen to a space. And only after about 9 years in seeing all the projects that we have done from before and after have I started to develop some of that eye. Many times Renato is very close to the vest, or he does not show his cards to other people of maybe his envision or what he has planned, and he will slowly pass that out to people as the project continues. So when I had the opportunity to see that house and walked around and know the client who is purchasing that house and their trust in vision that Renato has, I know that this house is going to be in the top 10% of the transformations that we are going to be able to do. I am really looking forward to the additional videos of that house, helping with that house in getting it move-in ready. There are already some, what I like to call opportunities. I hesitate always to use the word problems. I call them opportunities because they are presenting as a challenge, and I love challenges to overcome. Problems or more like a burden. So there are some opportunities with this house that certainly I will look forward to engaging in and hopefully overcoming. It is going to be beautiful, I know. So maybe it's not the house itself, but it is the process that I'm going to enjoy the most about this house. It is a very large house. As our scale and clientele continue to broaden, certainly we do smaller projects, but we have been truly blessed by having larger projects as well. And this is going to be a large project. So as we are learning how to do that as well, I'm really looking forward to this project. The outside facade of the house is already beautiful, and we will make sure that the inside of the house matches the outside and the community. Question number 4. This is from Patricia Olivia. Maybe the same question from the second question. She asks, Alex, what are 3 characteristics of Brazilians that Americans like or appreciate the most? So I'm going to give a political answer and not really answer the question given, but I will give you the answer I want to give you. So what are 3 things that I find great about Brazilians that Americans have to get used to? First, the name. So I am a big fan of a movie called The Princess Bride. And in that movie, one of the heroes is a sword fighter. And the sword fighter has a huge name that he likes to say during the movie, when people ask them, well, who are you? And then he gives a response of about 15 or 20 names to give his full history. That is very familiar and very parallel with Brazilians. I have found when you ask a Brazilian their name, they will give you every name that is on their driver's license or passports. Could be 4 or 5 different names, because that's important to Brazilians. Brazilians' names, I have found, have a history. It is a mixture of family information. Who were your parents? What were your parents' names? Who is your spouse's parents? What are your spouse's parents' names? What are historical names that are in the family? And so I have found when Brazilians get married, their name grows, or their names when they are single still have 3 or 4 different names or words in them, which is quite different from Americans. If you ask an American their name, majority of the time you will only get their first name. Sometimes they will give you their first and last name, but almost never will you get their middle name, as middle names are usually not tied to a person's history or family origin. So I find that quite different. It is a sign for me when I ask a person their name or they introduce themselves. If they give me a lot of names, I know they're not American. If I just get their first name and I have to pull their last name out, most likely they are Americans. So the first one is names. Second is the greeting before you talk about business. And I am very bad at this, but I am trying to get better. I have found that Brazilians, when they start a conversation with someone, they are very concerned about how the person is doing. How are they? How are you? Tudo bem, to the bone, right? Sometimes I say that so effectively, people then will instantaneously start talking in Portuguese to me until they see my eyes get wide like, I'm sorry, that's all that I know. So Brazilians have a great culture in that they engage in small talk first before they talk about business. That's even in text communication and emails as well. Sometimes many Americans are very quick to the business and they'll go straight into the ask or the question, and they forget about the niceties or the formalities of great communication at the beginning. That is something that I struggle with and something I find Brazilians are wonderful at. Which leads me to my third point, is the openness of friendships from Brazilians. Renato has talked to me many times and he has told me stories where he will have met somebody when he lived in Brazil or even here in the United States. And it might have been a casual conversation while standing in queue or in line for something. They'll start to chat, and before you know it, they're exchanging names and telephone numbers, and then they are seeing each other afterwards. Renato has said they will meet people at a party, and then they'll go to a second party together as a group, as new friends. That is something is really nice. I find in America, a lot of Americans have blinders on, like horses, so they do not get distracted. And so there is not a lot of casual conversations to get to know new people and to make new friends. And so I find Americans have a very closed loop of friendship that is hard to break into. So if you meet Americans or have a loose association where you'll see them in Brazil, you will have expected that you would be fast friends already and you would be invited over to their house and you would be having meals. Sadly, the American philosophy I find most of the time is we are so busy. We have enough friends already. Why do I need another friend? But keep at Americans. Eventually they will learn the kindness, the openness of your culture and you personally, and then you will make those American friends. So I hope that helps in you getting some American friends and talking to them a little better. So now the fifth part of what I like to do, I would like to, sometimes Renato has called me his pit bull, especially when I need to right a wrong for one of our clients or one of our friends. So I am going to have a segment at the end sometimes called The Angry Dog. So let me set that up for you. Welcome back. Now that you can see, I have changed the background for this segment. Today, I want to talk about the American scam. America has many scams, just like sadly, every country has scams. Today, I would like to talk about when you purchase a new house, what type of scams might be waiting for you in your mailbox. So one of the things that I've talked about in the past is the legal system in the United States and the transparency in our government. That is one of the ways Americans have a check and balance with government, is the ability to ask for and review documents that are provided to cities, counties, states, and the federal government. There are many paths to get information. That information sometimes is not always just your information. Anybody has the ability to look up on the internet through a county website to see who actually owns any house or any property that is in the town. Even if it's held in an LLC, then they're just able to take the name of the LLC and then go to the state and then see who the managers are of the LLC, and then they're able to get people's names. With that knowledge, it makes it easier for people to send you mail unsolicited that you might think is directly aimed at you, but truly is just information from a database that these people have bought. Some of them are very clever in making people believe that there is a relationship or an activity that must be completed because it is required. Most of the time that is false. And I want to give you some helpful hints to be able to identify some probabilities that something in your mailbox is really not addressed to you, but they just want you to have the first interaction, to either give them a telephone call or send them an email so they can talk to you and then sell you. So the first one is many times you will get letters that will have very specific information about you personally. I have 4 pieces of mail. All these pieces of mail were in the first 30 days of us buying our new house. And all 4 of these knew my name, who our lender was, and how much we bought the house for. That's all public record. And so they mined that data, and then they were able to produce these letters that make you think that the bank or the person who lent us the money are sending us a card that we have to respond to. Very tricky. If it is truly from your lending institution, they will have logos on it. There will not be additional disclaimers on them. Here at the very bottom is small print, right? Small print is never good because they're trying to hide, many times, they're trying to hide something that you won't read, but truly will tell you what their true is. Or they'll try to create a sense of urgency. 14 days left. Untrue. They'll even have the bank's name and stuff on the letters. So open those up, read them, make sure that it is true, and look for the small print. Another trap that you will sometimes get are these cards that they say they will send you free products and free samples. This one's from Tide. Tide wants to know a lot of very personal information to send you $2 worth of cleaning products. They want to know how many people are in your household, how much money you make. If you're renting, are you owning? Do you own more properties? This gives them the ability to have more data that they can sell to other people. So be careful about the something for free, because usually it is not. Another one that I really like that you have to open every time is the fake check. So certainly this letter looks like a check. It has the perforated sides where you have to open it to see what it is. And then you open it up, and where it usually has the check, it says it is a voucher, not really a check. Sometimes they are checks, and you can actually cash them. But then on the back, it says that if you cash this check, you agree to all the terms and conditions of whatever is in the document. So be very careful about unsolicited checks or checks that you are not expecting. Sometimes that can tie you into an obligation, or like this, it is just a way for you to engage thinking that, oh, I'm going to get $160. You're going to get $160 off a $1,000 product. So be careful of the fake checks, especially if you are not expecting one. Another one will say, respond promptly. And sometimes they'll even give this warning. Warning, $2,000 fine, 5 years imprisonment, or both for persons in intercepting or obstructing with delivery of this letter. Makes you really think it's an official letter from the government, doesn't it? But truly, anyone who disturbs mail, if you take an envelope that does not belong to you out of a post office box, you're creating a third-degree felony, which could be a $2,000 fine or up to 5 years in prison. So it's not about this letter or the contents of the letter. That is the general law of the land. But certainly makes you think that it's much more official than it's not. Then what I really like is right underneath it says, this is not a government approved or authorized document. So once again, the small print on the very bottom of the document gives the clue that this is really not an official letter from somebody that you really need to respond to. I got 3 of those in the first month. Certainly another great telltale sign is it'll say, or current occupant. That is a sign that it might be you or anybody there can take advantage of this offer. Most of the time when you open it, it'll say neighbor, it'll say new homeowner. I have occasionally seen HOAs who will send a letter out early to new residents, and they may not have their name, and it will say new resident. Most of the time I have found those have been handwritten on the envelope, and the return address will say something about the HOA. So just because it says new owner or new resident, not 100%. Sometimes the HOA does not have the true family's name that is living there, but they have went ahead and sent out the letter, and they'll use a generic term. They'll use a generic term for that. Sometimes they'll do the please respond to this request to create a sense of urgency. Sometimes they will say that you already have an account number with them. I am sure if I went next door, this letter and this account number would be the exact same for my neighbor as well. So that is another way that they'll try to create a sense of urgency, is they'll make you believe that the home that you're going to live in already has a relationship with somebody. Maybe the home has a contract that needs to be fulfilled. Usually that never is the case. If there is a contract that must be abided to after the closing, it has to be disclosed during the purchase process. So when you purchase a house, everything that needs to be disclosed about existing relationships about the house, you will have already. So a lot of these mails that make you think that there is a relationship or there is an account already associated with is just untrue. Then you will get all these final notices and stuff. I don't think I ever got a first notice from them, much less a second notice or final notice. I find these notices 99% of the time are not true. But you will get some good stuff in there as well. There will be some advertisements from local community services. Maybe you're unaware of all the telephone companies, all the internet companies that provide service for your neighborhood. I know in the neighborhood that me and Renato have, there are 2 fiber optic companies, and then there is a company called Spectrum. So there are 3 different people that we could order our internet from. And many times you don't know that unless you get these advertisements and stuff. A lot of times they'll have welcome to the neighborhood, and they'll give you a discount at a store to try their product and stuff. So these are kind of nice as well. Sometimes they'll have new customer offers, especially for internet and that type of things. And you can really save a lot of money by looking at those advertisements. So certainly, if you look at the difference between potential scam or just trying to upsell you for something you may or may not need versus helpful information, it is a 2-to-1. So as you are getting into your new house and enjoying it, and you get the key to your mailbox and you start to receive your first mail and for first solicitations, hopefully you'll think back to this, read on the very bottom of the letter anything that is a font that is smaller than the rest of the letter. I usually read that first, and many times it will really tell you if it is something that really concerns you or if it's just an advertisement. Well, I've enjoyed my time with you once again today. I look forward to talking to you more in the future. Please continue to send those questions in, and I will continue to find the dog. Have a great day.
Antes de encerrar o vídeo, eu queria fazer um pedido muito especial. A ONG Amigos de São Francisco está prestes a realizar um grande sonho: comprar definitivamente o sítio em Ibiúna, onde hoje acolhe centenas de cães e gatos resgatados do abandono. O valor é de R$360 mil e já foi arrecadado 80%. Agora falta apenas 20% para que esse lar seja realmente deles. Desde 2012, a ONG já transformou a vida de mais de 2.000 animais. Muitos foram adotados, mas outros, especialmente os mais velhinhos, provavelmente passarão o resto da vida no abrigo. E é justamente por eles que essa conquista é tão importante. Se o sítio não for comprado, todos correm o risco de perder o único lar que têm. Por isso, eu peço a sua ajuda. Não importa o valor, qualquer contribuição faz diferença. A sua doação pode significar dignidade, segurança e amor até o último dia de cada um desses animais. Vamos juntos unir forças e transformar esse sonho em realidade.